It is 7 o'clock. At this time, I'd like to call the City Council meeting to order. Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome. Let's start with roll call.
Councilmember Cummings.
Here.
Councilmember Eidbo is absent. Councilmember Kamish.
Here.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Here.
Councilmember Onessa-Rosen is present via Zoom but will not be voting. Mayor Adams.
Here.
And Councilmember Budiszewski.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We have an agenda before us today. It looks like we need to add something to that. Adam, did you want to talk about that?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, there were a few items due to the timing of when the packets went out that need to be updated. One is agenda item 6.1, that's the updated payable list. The other item is going to be requested to be placed on the consent agenda as item 4.6, and that's the summary of the December 14th closed city council work session. That wasn't available when the packets went out, but that just legally, because it was a closed session, this is the summary of that that is being added to the agenda. Those were the two main items. Just one other update to the agenda when it went out. The city council appointments list is as part of the working agenda. Those are listed there with the mayor's recommendations. So that's those were made available or added today, so that when we get to that item, that's where those will be.
All right. So we don't need to do an amendment to the agenda. We just need to vote based on what's being presented. So looking for a motion on that agenda. John, go ahead.
Making a motion so approved.
All right. Looking for a second. Tracy?
I second.
All right. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right. Next, we have a proclamation recognizing Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day for January 2024. Whereas Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream of equality and achieving social change through nonviolence has helped shape our nation, and whereas one of the city's council's priorities is that Crystal be a city which all feel welcome. And whereas across the United States, this January, millions of citizens across the nation will honor and celebrate Reverend Dr. King's life and teaching, recognizing the needs and serving their communities. And whereas on January 15, 2024, we celebrate and remember his legacy as an American hero and tireless social activist who called upon our nation to ensure equal justice under the law, upholding our founding principles which recognize individual rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And whereas the Reverend King encouraged Americans to come together regardless of age, race, creed, to strengthen their communities, alleviate poverty, and value the dignity and respect inherent in all people. Through his example, he taught the values of courage, truth, justice, compassion, dignity, humility, service, and brotherhood. Now therefore, I, Jim Adams, as the mayor of Crystal, do hereby proclaim January 15th, 2024 as Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the city of Crystal, and encourage all of us to act for the future betterment of our community, dated the second day of January 2024. All right. And next is our consent agenda. I will read that into the record. There it is. First item is approval of the minutes from the following meetings, December 14th for that work session, and work session from December 19th, 2023, and council meeting on that same date, and the Inclusion and Diversity Commission joint work session on that same date, December 19th. Also, an approval of the list of license applications submitted by the city clerk to the city council. That list is on file in the city clerk's office. Approval of designating the Sun Post as primary legal newspaper and the Star Tribune as a secondary legal newspaper for the city of Crystal in 2024. And then an adoption of a resolution designating the depository for the city of Crystal for 2024. Approval of the following city annual staff appointments for the Hennepin Recycling Group, City Manager Adam Bell. For Logis Board Member, Local Government Information Systems, an alternate board member, City Manager Adam Bell, an alternate Kim Terrace. Northwest Suburban Cable Communications Commission, NCCX Board Member, City Manager Adam Bell. PUPS, or Pets Under Police Security, Board Member and alternate Board Member, Deputy Police Chief Hubbard, and alternate Chief Revering. Approvals of the summary of the December 14th closed city work session. That is our list of consent items. Looking for a motion on that. Therese.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. David?
I'll second that.
All right. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to open forum. Open forum is an opportunity for people of the community to come and address the council in person. We do have Dave Kaiser here, who is representing your food shelf. You're welcome to step up to the podium. And welcome, Dave.
Thank you. Good evening. It's fun to be on this side of
Yeah.
the cameras, right? Come today on behalf of my wife and I, representing our volunteer work at the Near Food Shelf on 5209 West Broadway. Hopefully you all have been there, or if not, please stop by and take a look at that operation. But the main reason to stop by is a big thank you to the city, because the city, on behalf of those at the community center, help out with the event, which is a one-day event. It was Saturday, December 16th this year from 9 to 2. Clients come in and shop for their kids for gifts for Christmas. But there are setups on Thursday and Friday as well, so it takes about 145 volunteers all come together to make this work. Many of those volunteers from churches or residents right here in the area as well. The big way that you can tell it was a success are smiles. These clients go home with the biggest smile you can imagine, because now they have gifts that they can give to their children. So client can represent however many children they might have or they might have in their family. So there were 136 clients that came through, and 465 children were shopped for in their birth through age 17. But again, Jason Minnick and John over at the community center do a great job, so a big thank you to them, because they allow us to take over a gym, help set up tables, make sure we're in the right place, make sure we're not in the wrong place, and the event goes very, very well. I do want to mention that Target Crystal is also a help in this, and so hats off to them for helping out. The 2024 dates have already been set. That's December 12th, 13th, and 14th. That Saturday the 14th is the big date, and the clients come in. So as I said, we need 145 volunteers, so we could use all of you if you're interested, or those that are watching, if you're interested to volunteer, contact Near, or also if you're interested in being a client and need some help in the area all throughout the year, you can certainly go to Near. So again, on behalf of the Near Food Shelf, thank you to the City of Crystal, thank you to those staff at the Community Center for making it a success.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. There is not anybody else. Oh, would you like to? So process, what I'm going to have you do is come forward, state your name. Why don't you give me your address? And then when you're done, I want you to fill out one of these and then hand it to our city clerk, Chrissy. So welcome.
Thank you. I apologize.
Oh, you're good.
I've never done this before, so
You're good.
my name is Angela Spores. I have been a Crystal resident for about 20 years. I live at 4427 Welcome Avenue North in Crystal. And listening to you guys talk earlier, it sounds like we're going to be talking more about what has brought me here. At the beginning of December, I got a letter from my trash hauler telling me my bill was going up from $40 a quarter to $77 a quarter because of the organic recycling that's now mandatory. And they were very adamant about it. It's not them. Please don't call them. They told me to call of elected officials. I started with the state, which drove me down to the county, and eventually landed me here in front of my city council, because this apparently was my last stop in this. I have concerns, like, where was the education on this? I feel like I'm pretty civil-minded and try to keep in touch with things, but this was the first I had heard about it. I get a letter every year telling me about the plastic and the glass, and I had no idea what organics was. I thought it was like chicken bones and apple cores, and apparently it's Kleenex and paper towels and pizza boxes as well. So like, that was news to me, and I don't know how many other people don't know that. I'm also concerned about the fact that this has been handed off to our trash haulers, which we have 7 of in Crystal. So now there's going to be 7 trash trucks going through our neighborhood again, spewing emissions and tearing up our roads. And I was also told it's not weekly, it's bi-weekly on Tuesday, which is not our trash day. So now we have to remember to put out another trash can on a different day. Now I've got 4 trash cans on my house for a single person who makes like a Target bag every 2 weeks of trash anyway. And I'm not trying to say this isn't important. I do get it. It is. I've taken stuff up to Brooklyn Center, to the organic dump there. If we do that, like, could there be something that we got a receipt so we didn't have to pay our trash haulers for this? And maybe that's in that packet you were referring to when you were talking through your notes. I'm also concerned, in January it's not going to be a big deal, but a trash can full of rotting food in my backyard in July is going to smell, and also encourage the fox and the coyotes and the raccoons and the possums that live in our neighborhoods. Big sign, come strew trash all over your backyard or your neighbor's yard or your street. So those are just some of the concerns that I've had as this has come up over the month. And I appreciate you listening to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Where's the form I need?
The form is over on the table where you came in, on the entry.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else wishing to speak during open forum? Let's start there. Nobody else wishing to speak? At this time, we'll close open forum. Anybody interested in making any comments? Yeah, go ahead.
Angela, right? That's your first name? Yes. We're having a work session after the council with people from the county to address that very specific issue. So if you want to stay around and listen to the conversation.
I would love to.
Okay. Just letting you know that that's actually on the agenda for tonight.
And then one other comment. There's an organic collection site at the community center. So, yeah, so you don't have to go all the way up to Brooklyn Center to drop off your organics if you so decide, so, yeah. But you do have to sign up through Hennepin County Recycling. You have to let them know that you're going to be using that site. So, and they kind of tell you the rules of the road. But other than that, it's there for your use, so it's great.
I can give you advice that you can put.
Well, we'll do that offline, please. All right. Yeah, my comment is the conversations we've had, and I think Robbinsdale's kind of going through it now, is their bills, they're starting to see it on their bills. We saw it on our bills for the trash haulers a couple months ago, and we've started that conversation as to why we have to do that. And because organics is considered a recyclable, there are laws that require our haulers to charge evenly for that. I don't know if that wasn't we never really got to the bottom whether that was the intent of it or if that was an unintended consequence of it, having it classified as a recyclable, therefore spreading the cost over everybody. Don't know that answer. That's really the majority of the conversation we've had up to this point tonight. What we're going to be talking about tonight is coming from higher agencies, Hennepin County, state legislature. So it's new to us too, at some level. All right, we're going to move on. I'd rather you do it offline or do it when it's appropriate at the next meeting. Pardon?
Do you want to reopen open forum?
I don't want to reopen open forum. We can talk offline if you'd like. All right. First item on the regular agenda is the disbursements of $25,000 or greater. I'll read those into the record at this time. Center for Energy Environment for Home Improvement Loan Grant Program, $46,939. Lind and McLeod for Hennepin County Recycling Group Yard Waste and Disposal in November and December is $42,007. Met Council Environmental Services, Wastewater Services for January, $143,220. West Metro Fire Rescue District for December, West Metro Fire contribution, $123,281. GMH Asphalt Corporation for Community Parking Lot Project Number 6, $133,125. Hennepin County Treasurer for EDA acquisition of property at 6100 Lakeland Avenue, $63,214. North Country Chevrolet for the new vehicle to replace the 2014 Ford Focus is $26,430. Electronic payments for the IRS for federal FICA withholding taxes for pay date 12/22/2023 is $67,824. Min para for same pay date for employee required contributions, $68,739. Total distributions of $25,000 or greater is $714,783.77. Council members, questions on any of these items? Yeah, John, go ahead.
Just have a question about the vehicle. So that's the new SUV that's going to be replacing the Ford Focuses that we have.
Yes, the Chevrolet.
Yeah, Chevrolet,
Equinox. Yes.
Yeah, we've talked about, I think we talked about it in the summertime, correct?
Yes, the council approved it in August,
Yep.
and it did take basically 4 months, almost on the nose, before the vehicle was delivered.
Okay, yep, very good. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Seeing nothing, look for a motion, please. Therese?
I'll make a motion to approve expenditures over 25,000.
All right, thank you. Looking for a second. Tracy?
I'll second.
All right, all members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Next is the appointments of commissions and liaisons. So we're going to have some conversation here. I came up with some recommendations. I think I got to it late. I really apologize to all of you. So we're going to have to kind of sort some of this out on the fly. We thought we were going to be appointing a West Metro Fire representative. In the plans that I originally made was to do that. Come to find out, that term actually goes through 2024. I know John had some comments last January about changing the way that works.
The term, yeah.
The term, and your goal was to not have it end on an election year.
Correct.
And I'm not sure, I think last year we were a little bit confused on why that was. So can you help me understand why that's a good thing?
Well, the only example I have is we had a situation where the term was ending, Jeff Cole wasn't going to run for office, and the citizen representative to the fire board also was stepping down. So we had two people that had knowledge of the previous year's budget process and information going into the next, fire board year that were leaving. And we basically, so we're filling those two positions with two people that, it's not impossible, but had to catch up. And I would prefer to see, some kind of continuation, much like what we had with the council here. Like the citizens always have some representation that's, continuous on the fire board.
With experience.
With experience,
Okay.
yeah.
So the hang-up I have is that if we do it that way, we're going to be staggering over an election period of time. So that if we don't want to cut a term in half because of an election, we would keep the same orientation we are now. An alternate idea for solving that issue is maybe staggering the citizen representative to be off of an off year, right?
True,
And I think that would be easier. I think we could maintain the integrity of the person we appoint is going to actually serve their full 2 years. And then at the end of their term, a new full term could be served, so we don't have council members serving like 1 year at a time, and then we run into a non-election, you know, they get unelected, or however you want to put that. And that way we would still kind of keep some of that historical experience in there for the full 2 years.
I kind of see that we probably going to have more discussion on this going forward, so, I mean, I still would like to see, you know, I mean, there's 3 people on the council right now that could serve on the fire board that are not up for election in this year. So I would think that would be ideally what you'd be looking forward to, is having them serve for the next 2 years. And that way there isn't a gap per se, you know, moving from one council member to another, so.
Okay.
But I see your point.
I think that might be a great opportunity to kind of take it back to the fire board and see if we can fix that. Because I see your point too.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do. So it's not on here.
Yes.
It's not on here.
Yeah.
And if we want to bring it up, make sure you let me know and we'll get it put back on an agenda and see what we want to do as a council to make that happen. All right. So, that being the case, it kind of messed up some things. We were going to have, you were going to step out.
I was going to step down, yeah.
You were going to step down
Yeah.
in trying to keep things equal in terms of workload, so to speak. I think we need to make a change. If you're going to take or stay on the West Metro Fire Rescue District Board, I'd like for you not to be on the Parks and Recs as well.
Okay.
And then we could put Forrest there. Talking to you guys, boy, everybody's got different ideas of what they want to do, so it's kind of hard to put it.
I don't see Taji on any of these.
Taji,
Councilmember Ernest
Where is
Wilson
that?
was being recommended for the EDA.
he's the EDA president. We ran out of commissions. I mean, with what we're doing with the, hold on, let me get my cheat notes.
Oh,
Oh, great, I don't have them. I mean, we would have to, we'd have to step somebody else off of a commission in order to get him in a commission. And I'm open for suggestions, seriously. Taji?
Yeah, just to reiterate what I shared with you, Mayor Adams, I'm open, you know, so I have no strong preference, except to maybe not serve on the Parks and Rec Commission since I spent some time there, so I'd like to experience something new, but truly open to any opportunity. So I don't think we have to shuffle stuff around just to get me a commission spot. If you're thinking the EDA role for me, I'm open to that.
Okay. So,
Just
go ahead.
for clarification, so looking at this list, you have Therese on 3 things. So, I mean, although she's an alternate, and right?
Therese is on one commission,
Right. She's on the planning
and she's
commission.
on the Blue Line stuff because of her availability primarily during the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so like, and then, oh wait, I'm sorry, Tracy's on 2.
And Tracy's on 2 things.
As well.
She's, those don't meet as often
Okay.
as well, and they're not technically commissions either. She expressed that she wanted to stay with the, beyond the yellow ribbon regardless of whether she was appointed or not, so we, you know, if somebody else wanted to be the council representative, they could do that. She'll be there anyway.
Okay.
You know, and if somebody wants to, please let me know. That's just a way for us to get more people participating in that program, which I think is a positive thing.
So pretty much what we're looking at right here is pretty much about as good as it gets.
I think so.
Anybody else on that?
Barring, yeah, go ahead.
So you're looking for a commission for Taji? Is that,
Well, Taji doesn't have a commission, correct?
well, I feel like I'm being kind of greedy here. I'm fine either way. If he wants to take over the planning commission, that's fine. If he doesn't, that's fine too. I mean, I think the
All right,
meetings are
looks like
actually
it's
pretty
you two
interesting.
sorting this out. Taji, what do you think?
Therese, I'm open. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you want to hand it off, I will take it.
Well, I guess it's up to you. Are you looking for a commission?
It's a good experience.
I think it'd be nice to have everybody on a commission, so when we do the check-ins, everybody has, you know.
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah, we experienced that with you, Taji, last year.
Okay, I'll take the planning commission, Teresa.
Way to go.
That's all right.
No peer pressure there. Thank you, Taji.
You know, it's actually interesting, and they meet once a month or less than that sometimes, so it's not a huge time commitment.
All right, thanks, Therese. So correction to that lineup will be Taji going for the planning commission. All right,
I don't know how to spell his name.
any further discussion on this item? Looking for a motion. John, go ahead.
Make a motion approving the appointments as listed.
All right, looking for a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
Just quick for clarification, John staying on
The
the.
fire-
The fire
Yeah,
board.
okay.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
With that,
Condition.
with the conditions that we may make some changes.
Discuss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to make some changes. Why don't we go ahead and just put that on a future discussion, so we don't have to
Bring
worry
up
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next item, council is considering a resolution approving replacement windows for the police department. Chief Revering is here to address the council on that. Chief, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And now I get this puzzled look from Councilmember Budiszewski going, why do you need replacement windows on a brand-new building? Right, great question. You may remember or not, because it's been a couple of years, but we had in the long-term plan for 2023, which was last year, $229,000 for actually replacement windows of some of the new building. And the reason for that is because of miscommunication with Wold and us, that they didn't hear us during the planning stages of building the building, and some of the windows need glazing, is what they call it. The good news is that $229,000 that was in '23 was never spent because we never received a quote until here late December or November of '23. And that quote came back significantly less, to $56,000. And so Wold is recommending that we go with Northern Glass and Glazing that they have used before with other cities for this glazing for some of the windows. And so what I'm asking is for a motion to approve the resolution that's in front of you to use Northern Glass and Glazing for window replacement on some of the windows of the police department. I will not be coming back to you for the rest of the windows because we don't need glazing on those windows.
All right. Any questions for the chief on this? Go ahead, John.
So I see that the glazing is bullet resistant.
Correct.
Now, so bullet resistant, like 9 millimeter resistant, or even more
I
higher?
would prefer for security reasons not to,
Discuss that.
yeah, if that's okay.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are these inside windows or external windows? Like, are they within or are they on the?
They're exterior windows.
They're exterior, okay. Do we have any bulletproof ones inside?
I would prefer not to discuss that due to security
Sorry.
reasons.
Ask another question.
All right. Anybody else?
What happens with the old windows?
Great question.
Doesn't want to discuss that either.
I would discuss it if I knew the answer. I can find out.
Like,
And
just wondering if we could recycle them anywhere in the city?
I will find out and let you know. It's a great question.
Send it to the reuse it store.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't want to be the guy transporting it. All right, no more questions relating to this item. I'm looking for a motion then. John, go ahead.
Make a motion approving the police department window replacement.
Looking for a second. Dave?
I'll second that.
All right, all members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Yep. That is our agenda for the day. Oh, 6-4, I'm sorry.
Very important item.
We will consider an employment agreement with our city manager. Wow, how could I miss that? Apologize for
Not sure
that.
how to take that.
All right, we have a contract in our packets, and we had a work session regarding that. It was closed. It's looking for council action on that. Yep, go ahead, Tracy.
I'll make a motion to approve an employment agreement with City Manager Bell for 2024.
Okay, looking for a second. Go ahead, Dave.
I'll second that.
All right, all members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right. Next is the announcements. The next city council work session is January 11th at 6:30 PM. Oh, that's the work session, excuse me. And then that's at council chambers. And then the offices will be closed January 15th in observation of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day holiday. Next city council meeting is Tuesday, January 16th at 7 PM. And that's here at City Hall, also available via Zoom. City council meetings and work sessions are open to the public for attendance. They're also available via Zoom, and they're also available for listening or viewing on our website at crystalmn.gov. Are there any announcements from the council members? Yeah, go ahead.
I've said this one before, and I should have said it when Dave Kaiser was here, but he's really close, like within a couple of weeks, he told me today, of getting the video done of the history of Crystal. So do we want to see it as a council? Could we do that before a council meeting or a work session? I mean, you don't have to watch it, but it's actually really interesting. I personally think it's interesting, and it's well done. So, and we're looking at places. I'll take any suggestions on where this should be distributed to, so.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm game for that.
Okay.
I think it's based on the nods, anybody who can make it, we'll just put it right in front of a work session.
Yeah, I think in its entirety, 26 minutes. It's 5 separate sections, different chapters, if you will.
So we should be able to do a start time of 6 o'clock and
Yeah,
get her done.
yeah.
All right.
I don't, but Mary Adams does.
Oh, you do? Will you make an appearance?
It's so long ago, I don't remember it. Yeah, we did that last year, more than a year ago. Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, very good. Anything else? Looking for a motion.
Motion to adjourn?
All right, thank you. Looking for a second. Therese?
I'll second that.
All right. All members in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. We are adjourned. Motion carries.